We have client parties, we have friends over, and then we have fundraising parties, which are more like 100 to 150 people. And so it was important to have a space that, number one, shade. We needed shade somewhere in the backyard because we didn't have any at all. And just a space for people to spend time, whether it's family or as big as a fundraising event. That was really important to us.
We didn't really know what we wanted.
We knew we were going to spend a ton of time out here in the backyard with our young kids.
Our daughter, Melina, she needed a bone marrow transplant to save her life. The big party is the 5-year. That's when they tell you as a bone marrow patient, if things don't change, you should be good for the rest of your life. My wife wanted a pavilion, but we couldn't get anybody here in New York to give us the quality that we wanted or the look that we wanted. So we turned to the internet, and that's when she came across Western Timber Frame.
You know, we had lost our daughter and we didn't know how to move forward with anything. I didn't know how to even start to breathe.
Deb wanted a little gazebo that you could put on the back of a truck. I didn't think that this piece of property would be suited for that, so I started searching online, and I came across the Western Timber Frames, and I started some dialogue with those guys.
Fortunately, we were referred to Western Timber Frame.
I was doing a lot of research online and looked at a bunch of different companies and talked to contractors here, and I just came across Western Timber, and it looked like they had the best product after doing all the research that I did.
Which was a lot of research. This guy researches a ton, so...
I spent months researching.
Yeah, literally
and
months.
At every different company I could find online that did them, and
kept coming back to you guys.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I love the look of it, the chunkiness of it. It just looked so rich to me.
I think what set Western Timber Frame apart from the other ones was the large timbers. I really liked that look. With those tapered dovetailed joints, it really made a lot of sense that would be a strong structure that would last a long time and be easy to put together as well. And I like the fact that all the hardware was hidden, so it's you just don't see all the screws and bolts and that sort of thing.
And the guys from Western Timber Frame were so helpful.
We sent pictures back and forth and sketches. And
what's nice is they guide you to the size that would be best for our yard. You know, they can do custom orders. They have already certain sizes.
It was a good design process. I felt pretty confident that it was going to turn out well.
He not only came through working with us on budget, but he got this job done and delivered to us in less than 4 weeks.
The great thing about Western Timber Frame is that they can also install.
They sent their guys down here to erect it.
And within 3 days, we went from bare ground to this structure.
I think we beat the website record of 2 hours. In less than 2 hours, they had this entire structure up. It went up so smooth.
And the ease of putting it together with those tapered dovetail joints.
We could have had someone come out and build it, or he could have built it from scratch, but this was a perfect combination of both. And so it was perfect for him to be able to build it.
It took me literally maybe 4 or 5 hours. So it went together very easily and everything fit perfectly.
They gave us the option too. They said, you can install this if you'd like, you can contract it out. But we felt comfortable going with their guys. It took what? 4 hours, 5 hours?
Less than that.
It was a game changer for us because at that point, once this yard came in, a hope came into our life.
One other thing that was great was the pre-wired post. I really like that a lot. It makes it really clean installation. The one of the posts is all pre-wired. It has outlets in it, and there's a hole drilled up through the middle of it, so you can run more wiring up there and have everything hidden, which I love. Because most pavilions you see, there's conduit running all over the place to try and hide the wiring, but it just doesn't look clean. And this is a super clean installation.
Heaters, fan, lighting, speakers. It allows us to be able to do all that, which I love.
Yeah.
We're just very private people. And especially with what happened to Katie, we felt like we just wanted to kind of huddle in more. And so we found ourselves just sticking inside the house. And we knew this was no way to live, right? So one of the biggest reasons that we got the whole structure was really so we could get outside of the house, keep living our lives, but still have our privacy, right? And all of that worked. It worked so much, in fact, that our family comes over, right? Like we told you before, family comes over.
We can't get them to stop coming over.
Yeah. Or we can't get them to leave.
It felt comfortable.
We just love this place. We enjoy cooking and watching football games. And
You know, this pavilion came in handy because last night it decided to pour, but our guests didn't mind. They were all standing under there, drinking, eating, having a blast. It's a perfect addition to our property.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I really am happy with how it turned out. I just think it's such a beautiful pergola. We've gotten so many compliments, and we couldn't be more happy.
My boss out for dinner, all the way from Long Beach.
And then they got the experience to come over here because he had surgery. And then all of a sudden they looked over and saw the pavilion. And they were like, what have you been holding out? And so we let them come down here. And then they saw the smokers and everything. And they were like, okay, we're not going to Ruth's Steakhouse. The bosses, big bosses came. Wow. Yeah, this actually became their custom spot. So,
And everybody that looks at it is blown away by the quality of it.
It's so high quality and it's so beautiful, and it doesn't look like it's an afterthought.
it's a well-built facility. You just couldn't ask for it to be any better.
After working with Western Timber Frame, to see the quality of the craftsmanship and the product that they do have, we wouldn't go anywhere else, and we highly recommend it to anybody else.
It couldn't be easier to work with.
Yeah.
Just from start to finish, the whole thing was just the most simple thing we did with our entire build. And we're really happy.
I've had a lot of people come through. My dad, the first thing he saw was like, whoa, this is so cool. Where did you get this?
Anybody wants to come here and see it, once they see it, they would never choose another.
It's kind of the crown jewel of our backyard, and we couldn't be happier.
We're having a barbecue this summer. You're all invited.
I really love it. I mean,
that's what you
you
have to tell
just
them.
don't see this in New York. When I saw Western Timber Frame, I was like, can't compare. This just stands out.
No, honestly, we wouldn't do this except they were really it was so stressful to build this house, and this was the most easy thing we did. It's the truth.
The gall darn truth. It's true.